stop. A family shop. Think Thayer. Come on, let's get rolling. Come on, let's get moving. Think Thayer.
Welcome to Falcon Weekly here on BGSUFalcons.com. I'm Evan Pivnick, joined by the head coach of the Bowling Green Falcons, Chris Bergeron. Coach, this past weekend, the final regular season weekend for the Falcons and for the WCHA. On the road in Huntsville to take on the Chargers. Friday night didn't go the Falcons' way, but the team was able to respond Saturday night. Just what did you like, what did you not like from the weekend as a whole?
Well, I think in a nutshell, I liked the fact we scored 10 goals, and I didn't like the fact that we gave up 7 on Friday. That's it. I mean, Friday was there was lots on the line, and we didn't play like it. And Huntsville, really, quite honestly, I mean, in all fairness, they didn't have a whole lot on the line, and they played like there was a bunch on the line. And that's disappointing because we put ourselves in a spot where we were in the conversation, and that game took us out of the conversation. I like the fact we responded, Evan, but it was disappointing what happened Friday. But like I said, I think overall scoring 10 goals on a weekend is a good thing heading into playoffs. But giving up 7 in one night is just not acceptable.
Now, Chris Dell on Saturday night able to make a huge win for himself, a 5-0 shutout, becoming the sole possession, whatever, all the records that he achieved, and then you achieved a record. Congratulations to you for 100 wins. What is that like for you to be able to achieve that?
Well, I appreciate it. I haven't really given it much thought. When you think about it, 100 wins in 6 years, coming into a program that was really going through a kind of a rebuild, transition, call it whatever you want. We're happy with that. I mean, is that right around 16 or so wins per season? We want to be a 20-win program. The last couple of years have been more along those lines. I think 2 years ago was 18, and then 23 last year, and we're currently at 20. It's a good thing. When I reflect on what Barry and Ty and myself have been through from a program perspective, it's nice to have 100 wins, I guess. But like I said, I really hadn't given it a whole lot of. It wasn't a goal of mine to get to that number. I mean, the goal is to win as many games as we can and win championships along the way. And we've yet to do that. And that's what to me takes more away from this past weekend. Not the getting to that number, but not really wrapping our arms around an opportunity and letting an opportunity go, quite honestly. So, as I reflect more, I guess it's a good thing. And a lot of players have had big parts of that, so really proud of them for that. But from my perspective, it's more from a championship focus, and there's a new championship to win here in the playoffs, and that's where the mindset immediately goes to.
Well, that was my next question. The focus, as you said, team has an opportunity to move a little bit closer to a championship this weekend. A home series in the first round of the playoffs against the Bemidji State Beavers, a team the Falcons only faced one time this year. Does that change anything when you face a team one time compared to a two-time battle?
It doesn't change anything. We've put ourselves, when you look at the playoffs, you put yourself in the best position possible by, first of all, playing at home. We achieved that goal. Now, we knew we were going to play a very difficult opponent. It didn't matter who it was and where we were seated. It was going to be a difficult opponent. You get Bemidji. You look at the series with Bemidji this year, we were opportunistic. Something was going on with the ice up there. It was a bouncy puck weekend where both teams were struggling with that. I don't think there was many shots either way. They're a team that's really taken it to us in their building before, and we've had some success in our building against them. I think they're a high-skilled, high-speed team that plays the game well in transition. We can't get into that type of game. We're going to have to chip pucks past their D and turn them around and make them defend. We know that their special teams are top-notch, top part of the country in both areas of both special teams and the penalty kill and the power play. So we're going to have to be really good with our actions and not be in the penalty box all night long or all weekend long. So there's lots of challenges Bemidji brings, but I think we've at least given ourselves an opportunity to be in a good spot by playing at home. Now, it doesn't mean anything if we don't play well, obviously, and we've had some some back and forth both on the road and at home in the 6 years we've been here in terms of playoffs. We've had some success, we've had some failure. We're going to have to lean on our older guys to lead the way.
And how big was that win on Saturday night to have some momentum for the team going into the playoffs?
Well, I think it was big. I think it was big. Again, Evan, the feeling immediately is a bittersweet feeling with Minnesota State losing and that door having been open for us that we weren't able to walk through because of what had happened over the course of the weekend. But I think from a couple different ways, like we wanted to get Chris Nell back in the net and get him feeling good about his game and for the way he played, the way it looked like he, from the bench, it looked like he was on top of his game from the beginning. So that's good. And I think our players really have short memories, and the last memory they have in terms of playing was a victory, and a pretty good victory at that. So I think it was a good thing.
What did you like from your special teams this past weekend?
Well, for the most part, I liked the way we killed penalties. Friday night, the one power play goal they scored was just a little too easy. I think they had a couple of chances on the power play, but our penalty kill was just a snapshot of what we were over the course of the game, just not good enough. But I thought the power play was looking pretty good. I thought we had some good zone time for the most part. I thought we created some pretty decent chances and were able to, I believe, go 3 for 12 or something like that over the course of the weekend, which is pretty good. First of all, we created 12 opportunities, and secondly, we took advantage of 3 of them.
Brandon Hawkins really came into his own, his self that we saw last year in the second half. He's now second in the team in scoring. What have you liked from his game over the past few weeks?
Well, the past couple of weeks in particular, I mean, him and Cooper and Bayless, the 3 of them together have really gelled quickly and formed some chemistry there. So that line has been good. I mean, Hawk is a guy, you give him a little bit of space and time on the ice, and he can either score a goal or make a big-time play to one of his teammates and help them score a goal. He's an underrated passer. He's a really good passer of the puck and makes the players around him better. And what we like about his game is he's competing. When Brandon is competing and involved, he's a much better player because the offense that I just referred to, he's able to create way more of it because the puck is on his stick or on one of his line mates' sticks. When he's not competing, it kind of, he just blends in out there, and he's not a guy that blends in. He's a better player than that. So I like the fact that he's really been competitive and been involved over the past, bunch of games, and you can see the results coming.
Now, going into this weekend, a home series, as we mentioned before, how excited are you to be able to be at home this weekend?
Well, we're very, very excited. We've been on the road before. We've gone to Northern a couple times. We've been to Lake. We've been all over the place. So to be at home and be part of spring break, I know the guys are comfortable here. Having them comfortable is a good thing. Not having to drive 15 hours to Bemidji is always a good thing. Now, like I said, it doesn't mean anything unless you play well. But the first thing is to play at home. Well, we've got that. We checked that box, and now we want to play well in front of our fans, which we used the momentum from the Ferris State weekend a couple of weeks ago in terms of playing at home, and we'll be fine. But that's been a challenge for us, is that level of consistency, whether it's home or road. We need to find it. We need to find it right away on Friday.
Well, the first round of the WCHA playoffs gets underway Friday night, 7:07 p.m. From the BGSU Ice Arena, Game 2 Saturday night, and if necessary, Game 3 Sunday night again from the Ice Arena. Falcons and Beavers. Coach, appreciate the time, and best of luck this weekend.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.